Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. No Terrence this week.
Terrence has whooping cough, apparently.
I thought he had rickets. Didn't he say he had rickets?
I thought he had chlamydia.
That's what it was. Yeah. Shout out to Terrence. Good luck on your situation. Stay home next week, too. Get whatever creams you need. Dirty nigga. So that happens when you miss an episode. Make sure you get those 5-star reviews in on iTunes. As long as they're 5 stars, we will read them on air. So no new ones this week. Checked out. Micah, you and I have completed the season of The Bodyguard. This is not the Whitney Houston movie, but instead this is the British show starring Robb Stark, the young wolf from Game of Thrones.
What is that guy's name?
Robb Stark from Game of Thrones.
I didn't recognize him.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't recognize him because I'm used to seeing him with the beard and with arrows going into his chest.
Oh, spoiler alert for sadness. He had so much potential as the young wolf. This show was just recommended like through Netflix, right? This was like, watch this new thing we have, and I was like, all right, Netflix, fucking calm down, relax.
Yeah, Netflix bought it over, so it was a big hit in Britain.
Yeah,
and Netflix was like, yo, if they like it over here, well, we might like it over on our neck of the woods, right?
Yeah.
So they went and bought this thing up, and they were blasting it all over the place. They sent me an email. They were like, yo, you should watch this for real, though. And I'm like, all right.
We know what you like. Do you like murder? I do.
The premise is this guy who is a bodyguard is... the series is set around a fictional character of a police sergeant named David Budd, which is a stupid name.
Yeah, it's not a great name.
First I thought, because like the dude is Robb Stark is Scottish, so I thought he was saying David Butt. Like, who was David Butt? But it stars David Budd, a heroic British Army war veteran suffering from PTSD, who is now working as a specialist protection officer, bodyguard, for the Royalty and Specialist Protection Branch of London's Metropolitan Police Service. He is assigned to protect an ambitious Home Secretary, Julia Montague, whose politics stand for everything he despises. Basically, this guy is a personal bodyguard for some right-wing cunt.
I mean, she's pretty terrible. She's a pretty terrible person.
Which is an interesting premise, right? Like,
and he's a war vet, so he's like, hey, could you not keep sending my friends to war?
Right.
Like, he's got a major scar because he was in, I think, Afghanistan or something like that.
Yeah. So that's a good premise. It's a premise, quite frankly, that I'm very shocked that America hasn't used already.
Yeah, Brits, I feel like, don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't know that as far as like any definitive information, but I feel in my heart that the Brits are just kind of like, yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, they don't care.
They just don't give a shit.
They don't care.
Like, what's good TV? They're just gonna throw it out there.
Right. What you gonna do?
What, you're not gonna watch it? Okay, we got a million other shows.
It's only 6 episodes. Just watch it.
Right. But what's interesting about this, and I had talked briefly about this last week, was it gets really intense from the jump. Like, super fast. And I had only watched the first episode at that point last week, and I've finished now. Again, like Micah said, it's only 6 episodes. But that was not the only time it gets intense. It's intense all the time, and the story is super engaging because basically people are trying to kill this woman that he's protecting. And so then he's got his personal politics with it, and then there's like a conspiracy of like who's trying to do this, and it just spirals, I would argue, and I don't mean this in a negative way, completely out of fucking control. To the point where you're watching these characters and there are surprises that you will not see coming at all. Because I legitimately thought, no, that's not true. Like, that part isn't true, right? Like, now they're going to reveal something else. Nah, dog. Like, they weren't playing. Like, they were very serious about what they were planning to do. But what's the biggest thing about this series, especially comparative to American television, is the fact that it is 6 episodes. So they have a story to tell, and they tell it. They get in and they get out, and each episode's about an hour. I think the finale is like an hour and 15 minutes. But it's a pretty easy watch considering like Daredevil, which we just watched 13 hours of, right?
Yeah.
This is, roughly, six and a quarter hours. So it's really, really quite good. I thought it was one of the better series I've seen in the last couple months. Yeah, it was a perfect second hyper serious series to watch after Daredevil season 3.
Yeah. Performances were stellar all around. Not surprising, those people invented acting. So, a lot of twists and turns. And because it's a British series that has a specific story to tell, like things just come out of nowhere. Things happen and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, no kidding.
And then it's like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to have to deal with this. We're going to have to deal with the fallout of whatever happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I recommend it. Easy watch. You can get it done in a weekend. And check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking. I have to say, if anybody knows any other British series that are like these limited series, like Luther and stuff like that, like shoot us recommendations, especially our British listeners, because they would know better than we would. Look, I'm all about like these cop sort of military sort of like shows. Like I'm all about it. So if you got any recommendations, send them on over, man. I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Highly recommend The Bodyguard. No science and tech this week or stupid tech, so we're going to go right to the lightning round. But before that, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Use that link. If you use that, we get a little bit of a kickback. Very little. But it's a nice way to help out the show. You're going to buy stuff on Amazon anyway because Jeff Bezos owns all of us. So you might as well. And again, it helps out the show. So it's pretty cool. All right, lightning round, Micah.
First up. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Oh boy.
What you gonna do when 2 50-year-old black dudes come for you? Bad Boys 3 is happening. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence announced in a video that Bad Boys 3, it's happening. Like it's we back.
When is it happening? We don't know.
Wait, no, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
We'll see.
We'll see. Do you think it actually does happen?
If the two of them are saying it, and Will Smith more than Martin Lawrence, because Will Smith has massive, massive power in Hollywood, I would argue. Just even if there isn't any information, he could have gone on Instagram and said that with Martin Lawrence standing next to him, and by sheer fiat, he will make that happen because it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like if Jerry Bruckheimer or whoever was producing this was like just looked at the numbers and the response, they'd be like, all right, we gotta clearly there's still interest, right?
Yeah.
Like he could still make it happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think at this point, I think it is because he was the person who was not saying anything.
Yeah, because Will Smith for a long time, and this is when I didn't really care for Will Smith. Will Smith for a long time was trying to get an Oscar by doing 7 Pounds and Tell the Truth and a bunch of other movies that just don't fit him. Like Will Smith is a decent enough actor. I think his best acting turn was when he played Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I would argue that's probably true.
But stop trying to chase after that Oscar, man.
Yeah, like, just do movies.
What was it, Collateral Damage or some shit like that? Like
no, not Collateral Damage.
Collateral Beauty. Was that it?
Oh yeah, Collateral Beauty. Yeah.
Like, all right,
yeah, that looked really bad.
Like, you turned down The Matrix to do like a bunch of weird projects, man. And now that he's on Instagram, and now that he's like, oh wait a minute, woohoo, like he's becoming the old Will Smith again.
Yeah, that's very true. Like the Instagram thing, I think is really working for him.
Yeah,
he gets to be himself.
And I like Will Smith having a good time. You know what I mean? Like I always see I can see black people in depressing situations in real fucking life. I want to see somebody from that stank ass Philadelphia who grew up and made it. You know what I'm saying?
Get out of the hole that you grew up in.
Yeah, man. Like, made it, and now you're having a good time. You, Kevin Hart, and Bill Cosby are the best things coming out of Philadelphia, and one of them ain't the best thing ever. So, yeah man, like, I want to see Will Smith having a good time again, man. And this is what it feels like. So, look, if this is going to be Will Smith being Mike Lowry, then yeah, I'm about it, man. Like bring it on.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. If Will Smith is having fun, I think Martin Lawrence can always kind of pull off. I don't know that he'll be able to pull off like being as funny as he is. He feels like he's gotten so much more serious over time.
Yeah.
But that could just be because he's not getting the projects that he wants. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Martin Lawrence's personal life. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But if he can come back and be as goofball crazy as he was in those previous movies, and Will Smith can go back to being the coolest motherfucker on the screen, which is when he is at his best.
Yeah, man.
Will Smith is always at his best when everyone goes, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
That's the Will Smith I like, right? Like, this guy is so fucking cool. Like, as Mike Lowry, he is the coolest guy. He gets all the women. He looks the coolest. He drives the coolest car. Like, that's who he is. He's always been that in movies. So if they can get back to that, but in an honest movie about them aging as 50-year-old men, then I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look, you can't make 50-year-old Mike Lowry. He can't still just be the single ladies man. He can have that in the beginning, but you got to settle that character. You got to.
Yeah, you're 50 years old, man. Like, you
just seem pathetic otherwise.
Yeah, I don't care how much money you got. I don't, like, you're 50. Like, it would make sense for that character to settle down.
Yes.
And the family man to, I don't know, have had a divorce or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now he's newly single and has to deal with it. Martin Lawrence's character is newly single.
Yeah,
with it. You know what I mean?
That would be interesting.
It would be a flip on what but they still come together to do what they got to do. Like, that was the beauty of that franchise, right? Like the two of them are wildly different. It's the classic case of odd couple syndrome, right?
Yeah, of course.
But they come together because they are the best at what they do when they do it together.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Martin Lawrence's character gets a divorce. But you know what? How about this? Here's my pitch for Bad Boys 3 to jump off of your idea. Mm-hmm. Lawrence gets divorced. Lowry settles down, right? Like, as Lowry is announcing that he's getting engaged, Martin Lawrence is literally announcing, like, roughly the same time that he's getting a divorce. Yeah. Or his wife is divorcing him, right? He doesn't want it to happen. And he's spending the movie fighting crime or whatever, weirdly going out on these awkward dates with these women, some younger women, and he's just like, look, I don't understand anything about what the fuck is going on in your world.
Yeah.
Like, young people, your music and all that. I don't understand any of it. But he's still pining for his wife, right? Yeah. He still wants to get back with his wife, whatever. They go through all the shit that they go through. And the end of the series, this is 3 movies and we're done. The end of the series is, you got Mike Lowry settled down with whoever he settles down with, Martin Lawrence's sister, right? That would make sense. Yeah. That would make sense. Or whoever. He settles down with her, and Martin Lawrence wins his wife back, and they settle down as 50-year-old guys into their lives, and they fucking retire.
Yeah.
That's the way you end the series.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. Yeah. Give us writing credits. Yeah. New Line or whoever is.
Jerry Bruckheimer ain't calling us. You bastard. Come on, man. We have $1 million ideas. $1 billion ideas.
Just reboot Bad Boys. Cast us.
That's a terrible idea. No, that's fucked up. Because, like, I have to be the Martin Lawrence character.
I mean, no, but that would be the difference, right? Like, that would be the thing that would flip
the 5'9" guy is the super cool guy. Yeah, that's right. You know what? I like this idea. I stand with it. Yeah. Yeah, you get to be the loser. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I get to be the family-centric worrywart who is, and you get to be the guy with the fast car and shit like that.
That's kind of cool.
There you go.
That's dope. Yeah, this is a good pitch. I like it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, because you're having a kid, now you're giving up all your cool points.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no, it would be great to be a family man. I see how this is. You just want this clipped out so you look good. Oh, so see this? Look at what I'm talking about on the show, honey. Yeah, all right. I see what's happening. So, all right, man, that's cool. Look, I can't tell you that I'm excited for it because it's been like, it's happening, it's not happening, it's happening, it's not happening. But I will say this. If the trailer looks good and they look like they're having fun, they truly look like they're having fun. Because I don't think Bad Boys 2 is as good as Bad Boys 1, but they look like they were having fun. In Bad Boys 2. They really did.
Michael Bay, got... It was... Bad Boys 1 was Michael Bay's first movie, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't... It looks like it feels like a Michael Bay movie, but it doesn't look like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 2 looks like a Michael Bay movie.
Oh, he was all the way in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and acts like a Michael Bay movie. You got two rats fucking in a missionary position. Like, all right, all right. They fuck like we do.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, yo, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think Bay should come back to direct this.
No.
I think they should give it to the dude who did Joe Carnahan, who did 18.
Yeah, all right.
He's got the action aesthetic. I think he could make that happen.
Yeah, I can see that.
Without literal rat.
Yeah,
fucking.
without rat fucking.
they fuck like we do.
I mean, look.
That's an actual line of the movie.
Look, it's a terrible fucking movie. It's a terrible line, it's a terrible movie, but I remembered it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's all Michael Bay wants to hear.
Yep.
All right,
next up, the Megalodon 2 is in early stages of development, according to producer Catherine Zhuang-Ying. Jason Statham revealed that the sequel to The Meg was optioned back in April of this year, but has noted that it would come down to how well the movie performed at the box office. When it released in August, The Meg went on to become the surprise hit of the summer, earning over $1 million.
Wait, 1 million?
100, sorry.
Oh, I was like
$100 million. Wishful thinking.
I was like, that seems about right, actually.
Earning over $100 million globally in its weekend debut, and ended up taking $527.7 million
That's
during its
insane.
theatrical run. That is goddamn ridiculous. Did you see The Meg?
I did not.
Did Terrence see it? I feel like somebody.
I think Terrence saw it. I think Terrence or Tiara saw it.
Did he like it?
No, I don't believe he did. Okay. I don't believe he did at all.
All right.
I will say this. I did listen to, shout out to another podcast. I did listen to the How Did This Get Made episode on The Meg. Look, I kind of want to see it, but I don't want to pay to see it.
I don't pay for it.
It's got to come on Netflix, and then I'll watch it in one of those. While I've had way too much scotch this evening, I'm not going to get up from the couch. All right, let's turn on The Meg and order a pizza and just fuck the whole evening at this point.
The Meg is based off of Steve Alton's 1997 model, Meg, a novel of deep terror.
You don't put the word novel in the title of a novel. That's weird.
Even the title sounds like it's terrible, right?
Yeah, just call it Meg, a deep terror or something like that. Not a novel of deep terror. That's a terrible title.
Well, apparently there are 7 other books in the series. We're looking at 7 other movies.
So are we looking at a Meg cinematic universe?
Yes, we are looking at the next Harry Potter.
Oh god. Starring Jason Statham. Oh great. Oh my god. That's this was because they were talking about this on How This Get Made. They were saying that this originally was owned by Disney.
Really?
Yeah, Disney bought the rights to this back in the day. They've been trying to make this movie for fucking years. And then apparently somebody was like, "Yeah, no, this is a great idea." So, okay. The Meg.
All right.
That's something.
Next up, Freeform has announced that Stephen King's Joyland novel is being adapted for television courtesy of writers Chris Pena from Jane the Virgin, Cyrus Naurasta from Hawaii Five-0, and Bill Haber's O-Star Productions. I don't know anything about Joyland, so...
Oh, here you go. It takes place in North Carolina amusement park circa 1973 and centers on a carny by the name of Devin Jones, who after accepting a summer job at a traveling attraction comes face to face with the legacy of a vicious murder and fate of a dying child. Okay, I've never read Joyland, but here's what I will say. Every Stephen King adaptation since it has been fucking dead on. Pet Sematary looks really good. Not seeing it. Fuck that.
No, I ain't seeing Pet Sematary.
No.
I don't like animals to begin with.
Yeah, I don't need dead animals.
No.
Look.
And then don't they like bury like humans then and then the humans come back? Like first they bury the pets and then the pets come out.
What the fuck do I know? All I saw is that cat and it looked like it had mange. Get out of here. Hit it with a baseball bat. Fuck out of here. And look, and I like animals. But yeah, Pet Sematary looks great, which again tells me that I don't need to see it. It I thought was great. The movie we did with Carla Gugino, I can't remember the name of it, where she's chained to the bed, that was on Netflix. That was really great. Gerald's Game, thank you. And then the other one that Jack and I reviewed, 1922, that's on Netflix as well, was really great. Also, fucking not okay. I don't like rats, guys. Like rats are a big part of that story, and it really bothered me.
Well, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, look, truth be told, like I reviewed that movie, but I could only review it up to a certain point. I was like, and Jack, you take the last third, dog, because like rats started coming through the walls, and I was like,
no,
we're done here. Nah, fuck that. Nah. But right up until that point, seemed pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. It was, thoroughly scary, whatever. But yeah, so look for Joyland. But yeah, it's weird. They seem to finally be nailing the Stephen King stuff, which is kind of dope.
Yeah, because Stephen King's earlier stuff was not good.
Oh, the movie adaptations, you're saying?
Movie adaptations. Like everyone loves the TV miniseries.
I don't think that's true. I don't think everyone loves that.
Oh, well, people have fond memories of it.
Yeah, I think people were high.
Yeah. Like it's not good.
No.
I mean, what's his name's performance, is funny.
Oh, Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry is funny as Pennywise, but yeah, it's not good, man. And then there's a big ass spider at the end of it, so spoilers for it too.
Yeah, good luck, Terrence. He's not here, but good luck. That's gonna be his one thing he hates about that movie because he loved it, but he's not gonna like that ending.
Right. Watch they change it. Just because they know that he's going to watch it.
Try to help him out. All right, next up, everyone's favorite black dad and the man that I hope to look like when I get older. Bill Cosby?
Jesse L. Martin is stepping away from The Flash. Entertainment Weekly has confirmed that the Broadway vet who plays Detective Joe West is taking a medical leave of absence from the superhero drama. According to TV Line, which broke the news Wednesday morning, Martin suffered a back injury during his hiatus, which is why he has been seated in most of his scenes this season.
That's interesting. Look, man, quick recovery. I mean, a back injury is not going to end his career, so just take some time to recover.
Yeah, just take some time to recover, man. I don't watch the show, but when I did watch the show, I really appreciated him in it.
Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, he's a very good representation of what a black dad is, or should be. A
black dad who adopts a white son and is somehow weirdly okay with that white son totally marrying his biological daughter.
Yeah, banging out his daughter.
Yeah, maybe Joe West isn't that great of a dad. in hindsight, maybe
that's kind of gross, dude.
Dude, Joe West, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, that's like brother and sister, man. That's too close, man. Yeah. Too close.
Yeah, you're too close. No, but I like Joe West. I like that character a lot.
Yeah. Next up, Naomi Watts is set to star in HBO's Game of Thrones prequel series.
All right, you and I are both Game of Thrones watchers. What do you think of this? A prequel series? What could this possibly be about? I have no idea. I don't think they've really kind of said.
I mean, I don't like the idea of a prequel series just because I mean, all right.
Does it lessen the original series?
A little bit, yeah. Like maybe you have something you want to. Maybe there are other stories that you can tell, right? Right. But I don't know. It feels like HBO is like, crap. We're getting ready to lose our biggest moneymaker, and we gotta keep it alive. Yeah, and I feel like it feels like Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes, very much so. But to me, I would have thought that Westworld was going to be their replacement, their big gun replacement.
Yeah, guess what? Westworld, nah, yo.
I think Westworld is too complex.
Westworld is too far up its own ass.
Yeah, I was just like,
I tapped out at like episode 2 of season 2. Like it took me a minute to get through episode 1 or season 1, but
I tried twice. I just think I couldn't care anymore.
Yeah, and I don't care. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know.
The episode seemed weirdly very long. I don't know. There was something about Westworld. It didn't click for me. Which is not to say that it's not a very good show or anything like that. I'm not saying that for hardcore Westworld fans. It just didn't click for me personally.
I'm saying I'm too stupid to understand that show.
No, I'm saying if you like that show, then you're probably stupid. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. Both things can be true. But for being honest. But I don't know. I think this is is interesting. I don't know. I mean, so they have this log line.
Well, the series is set thousands of years before the events of Game of Thrones.
Okay, well then that's good. So it's not hard tied to the people that we know, which is probably a good move.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, but at the same time, when you say Game of Thrones, like there are certain images that are brought to the forefront, right? Sure. And you're not going to see any of them. Like you're not going to see the characters that the few characters that people actually know the names of. Yeah. Tyrion, Jon Snow, Jaime, Cersei.
Ain't none of them there.
You're not gonna see them. So
the log line here is pretty interesting, right? It says, quote, "Only one thing is for sure: from the horrifying secrets of Westeros history to the true origins of the White Walkers, the mysteries of the East, to the Starks of legend, it's not the story we think we know." Okay. But what that tells me is they're not going to answer a lot of questions by the end of Game of Thrones then. Right? Like, we're supposed to know the origins of the White Walkers.
Yeah, you're not going to know the origin of the White Walkers.
If this show exists, why would they tell you? Because then what's the point of the show, right?
Right. The White Walkers are just going to be a force. Just like The Walking Dead, right? And that's what, I get Fear the Walking Dead vibes.
Does anyone watch that show? I don't think so.
I don't think anyone watches that show. I think people still watch The Walking Dead. I think they don't. I don't know.
People watch The Walking Dead out of obligation.
Yeah, I don't know.
They hate themselves every season. I see your tweets. I hate the show. The show sucks. Oh, new season's coming up. Same people. I'm like, dude, just walk away. It's okay. No one's gonna be mad. So yeah, I don't know. I can't get a beat on this. Now Naomi Watts is a great actress, so that's cool that she's in it. It may get me to watch it. It'll depend on how they play this at the end of Game of Thrones. Like, am I going to be crazy Game of Thrones? Like, I just want to see more, and they leave it in a place where you really want to see more, or do they wrap it so well that I'm like, I'm good, actually totally fine. I don't need to see more of it. So I don't know.
I'm at the point where I don't need to see more.
Yeah.
Like, we can go ahead and just kind of wrap this thing up.
Right. Like, it's not even at a time where, like, it's not the previous generation of all those stories that you know, right? Where it's like, where there were dragons and it's 1,000 years ahead of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, no clue.
Look, it can be done, and I'm not ruling it out, but, because everyone wants, like, Knights of the Old Republic, and that takes place thousands of years before the main story of Star Wars or whatever. So It could be done, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm in a holding pattern for that. Let's see how Game of Thrones ends first.
I think that's the most important part.
Yeah. Next up, The Wrap broke this news that Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda is being adapted for television.
Finally, right? I'm excited. Are you, Micah? I know how much you love video game adaptations.
With Castlevania's Adi Shankar in talks to produce. Adi Shankar, is that the guy that did the gritty Power Rangers reboot?
Or that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But he also did Machine Gun Preacher and what was his? Oh, he did Dread as well. He produced Dread.
Okay.
I mean, Dread was
good. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's the aesthetic I want to see for The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, this is why I'm laughing at this. Like, you're gonna have to lighten this one up, my man. Like, he fights chickens sometimes. Like it's not that serious.
He fights chickens and loses.
You're right. Like, he's kind of a dork.
The news broke. The Wrap broke the news after Shankar took to Instagram to tease the project, revealing that he was working with an iconic Japanese gaming company to adapt one of their iconic video game series. Working with an iconic Japanese gaming company to adapt one of their iconic video game series into a television series. Is
this supposed to be live action though? Or animated?
Castlevania's animated, right? Like you're talking about the Netflix Castlevania?
Yeah. Look, that's right. He's involved in that. So yeah,
it would behoove him to make this animated.
I think if you do it animated, I'm there. If you do it live action,
no,
I don't think it's good.
Fat no.
Yeah, I think it's too the series is too over the top.
And look, it's too much. It's too much like Lord of the Rings. Like people are gonna see that, and they're gonna see a guy with elf ears and a mute with elf ears, and think Lord of the Rings. Like if you want this to stand out, give it a really slick animation style, and go from there. Right? Because an animation.
Wait, you think they're going to keep him mute? I don't want them to.
Yeah, but I kind of don't want him to talk either.
No,
but this is just the nerd in me.
Nah,
right?
he got to talk.
Right, I know. Like he has to be able to speak in order to, I
mean, I think they have the groundwork already set. I mean,
do you want to say it?
Yeah. Like, I feel like he needs a princess to get his weekly riff off. Like, let me just say the line, bazinga! Like he's had to say it. He's got to say it.
Oh God.
That's fine. I mean, look, it's got to be animated though. It has to be.
Yeah, the report does not mention whether this adaptation will be live action or animated. Or which network has picked it up. Hopefully we'll find out soon. His Instagram post says that on November 16th at 1 p.m. he's going to announce what this is. He will officially announce whether or not it's The Legend of Zelda. What if it's like Metroid?
Wow, that'd be a hell of a turn.
Yeah.
Again,
I would actually really like that.
Yeah, Metroid never gets talked about as a movie series or a television series.
No, because Hollywood is sexist.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is, it's a girl, but you can't see her. Right? Hollywood, isn't that what you want?
No, they want, if it's going to be a girl, they don't want her in power armor. They want her in that blue Zero suit. That form-fitting blue suit.
No. See, so the thing is, if you're Hollywood, you run it right up until the end with the big reveal. Dun, 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 it's a girl. Do we get credit? No, you don't get credit, you jerks. Get out of here. Stop promoting a bunch of rapists. So, yeah. All right, that's fine. Legend of Zelda it is.
Speaking of video games, really quick, being adapted into television series.
Good. I'm glad you saw this because I actually forgot to put this on the docket.
We get
I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this.
I guess we get a costume test of
is that what it is?
Of Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia. I mean, look, if I
I thought he was playing Raiden in an upcoming Mortal Kombat adaptation because he looks ridiculous.
The hair is not blended very well.
No, that lace front is terrible, though.
Yeah.
You need to go to the hood. You go to the hood, you get a hookup.
Look, I'm going to get a little fanboyish here and pick apart this thing. By no means does this mean that I'm not into this or that the series will be bad or whatever. but I'm just picking apart what
clean it up. Go ahead.
Right.
Because you about to go in.
Yeah, because I mean, for one thing, right? Like, he doesn't have the scar, which, a lot of people say, well, it's his earlier years. So he might not have the scar. No, he had the scar in The Witcher 1. So, I mean...
But it's an iconic look. That's like having Snake without an eye patch.
Yeah, it's like the scar. I'm missing the scar, which is... all right, I guess. But, maybe they'll add it later, right? Witchers have cat eyes. Like, they have the eyes of a cat, so they can see in darkness. I kind of want it. I mean, oh, you're being overly pedantic. Well,
I don't think that's being pedantic at all. If that's what his eyes look like.
That's what his eyes look like, man. Like,
that's a part of his look.
It's like, because witchers are mutants. Like, they conscript these kids and they mutate them and they train them to be these monster hunters, right? Like, to the point where all the mutagen, right? Like, they become sterile. Like, they can't have kids, which is why Geralt's fucking all the time, because he's like, whatever, bro. I'm a raw dog. Can't have kids.
You still get syphilis or chlamydia.
Yeah, especially back then.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened to Terrence. It's terrible. He gonna be so pissed. He doesn't have chlamydia. Calm down, everybody.
Yeah, it's the clap.
It's crabs. Don't be so mean. But anyway,
so they mutate these guys, right? And one of the mutations is your eyes, become cat eyes so that you can see in darkness,
right?
To help you hunt monsters. And it's a little thing, but I kind of want to see it. Also, I mean, in this, this is just me being an asshole.
Yeah, no, I know what you gotta say, because I agree with you.
Me being an asshole. You need the beard.
Yeah, you do. You have to have it, dude.
You gotta have some sort of facial hair, because one, Geralt looks badass with facial hair, and two, Henry Cavill has a butt chin, and I don't like that. I don't like butt chin. No, I don't like butt chins.
Like, the thing is, when he because he kind of walks out of the shadows into the screen, I was like, where's your beard?
Right.
Like immediately, because what he looks like, you just look like a swole ass Legolas. Like, it's not a good look, man. Like, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. He's too clean shaven.
Yeah.
Nah, you're fighting monsters, dog. You don't have time to shave every day. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, and I mean,
and he can grow a beard. Like, we've seen him in a beard. There was a whole controversy.
Right.
Just give the guy let him grow like a light, just like a 5 o'clock shadow, really. Yeah. You don't need like a heavy beard, but like a 5 o'clock shadow, salt and pepper that shit up, and you're good.
Yeah.
Or actually all white, because he has all white hair, right?
Yeah, his beard is white, his hair is white, his eyebrows are black, but okay.
All right.
But
strange aesthetic.
Right. But it's a minor thing, but and also I'm a little apprehensive. Again, this is me being an asshole. Henry Cavill cannot help this, right? The voice actor who does Geralt in the video games, his name is Doug Cockle. And I know, I just wanted to say Doug Cockle. His voice is incredibly distinctive.
Yeah, is it very deep?
His Geralt voice is it's not super deep, but it's raspy, and it's a voice that I've never heard before. You know how like white people all kind of sound alike?
Oh, hey everybody.
Well, hey everybody. Yeah, they all kind of sound like Brad. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
But
welcome to Denspix, I'm Brad.
Right, but not this voice, right? Like, this voice is iconic to me, and I know they're not making it for me, but I'm very curious as to where Henry Cavill is going to approach this.
Yeah, he's going to be, hello, I'm Henry Cavill.
Right, like, is he going to use his...
Hello, I'm the Witcher. That's all it's going to be.
Is he going to use his regular accent, which I think is what he's going to do?
Definitely.
Or is
that sounds more... A British accent works a lot better
in like a
hunting griffins. Yeah, you can't just be like, yo, I'm from the Bronx. Like, that don't work.
Yeah, next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it.
Yeah, like that doesn't, like, where are you going? I'm going to hunt griffins. That doesn't work. It doesn't flow.
Doesn't really work. But we'll see. I'm still excited for it.
It's way too early to hold a super hard opinion on it.
Yeah. So,
but you got to get the beard, dude. Like, look, not to be a complete asshole about it, but you got to get a beard.
Yeah, man.
It looks ridiculous otherwise. He's way too handsome. He just is. He's way too handsome.
Last up, WB's live-action Attack on Titan film will be helmed by the director of Stephen King's It.
Yeah, this is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I'm not really up on Attack on Titan. I stopped watching anime when I left college. Not, for any specific reason, but also all of my anime knowledge is from like the mid 2000s and earlier.
Have you ever watched Attack on Titan?
No, I haven't watched it. I heard it's good, man.
So I've watched a little bit of Attack on Titan because I like the concept.
What is the concept?
So it's basically relax, anime nerds. Relax.
Yeah, please.
Because I am not going to get all of the, they're just like, fucking, I'm getting ready to type. Send a message. This is my small box of knowledge about Attack on Titan from what I can tell, from the little bit I've seen. Basically, there's a future where these cities, they build these big walls because all of a sudden these titans, or these big monsters have shown up. And they just grab people and eat them. And they attack cities, right? So they built these big walled cities so people can live. And then eventually some of these titans just kind of all show up at once and just, because they were just kind of one-offs. Mm-hmm. And they all show up at once and they just start attacking. And like the heroes are running and trying to get to a new city and what have you. So what ends up... What ends up happening is they start building these teams of these soldiers, and they have these like big fucking canisters or what have you that they can fire to swing around and fight the titans. And the show is basically about these teams of heroes that fight the titans. So they tried to do I believe Japan tried to do a live action one. They've been doing these like cheapo live action adaptations of their popular anime shows, and they have none of them have gone over particularly like gangbusters with their fans because like they're lower budget and it's kind of hard to do these things. So this is kind of a big deal because this is Hollywood really taking it on. So if this works, this could very well be the next comic book thing, right? This could be where they just start mining the shit out of anime and start doing movies.
I mean, I wouldn't be... Yeah, it makes the most logical sense. If they get this right, God help us all when they redo a live-action Dragon Ball. Remember,
it's only a matter of time.
Remember, there was a live-action Dragon Ball.
Oh, I'll never forget.
Didn't you see that on a plane or something like that?
No, but I watched it at home and I was like, this is not good. Like, no one thinks that movie is good. But I do think you could do it. But it would take someone directing that. It's like comic book movies, right? The reason why comic book movies are so popular now and they're so well done now is not just because, Disney putting all this money behind it, but it's because people who truly grew up reading these books have become directors.
Yeah.
So you've got like the Rian Johnsons and, like doing Star Wars and stuff like that. Those movies have a different feel because these are hardcore fans. Hardcore anime fans are now reaching that age too.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can see like NFL players are super into anime. Like adults are really, because they grew up, like if you're 28.
Yeah, these guys are in the 20s. Like,
if you're 28, you grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. Like all those things are not foreign to you where you like got into it like in your late teens or like you were 18 or 20 where you're like, I don't know, whatever. I don't really care about it. But you really care about these characters.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Japanese anime is the next big goldmine. If they can pull it off, there's a lot to mine, man. There's a lot to mine. Going back to when we used to watch anime.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fucking Ninja Scroll, you absolutely could do that.
Quite frankly, I don't know why there isn't like a live action Ninja Scroll right now.
There's nothing about that movie that couldn't be done.
Right.
Now, by the way, if you're going to do anime, you got to do it. Like,
you got to go all out, man.
You got to go all out.
You got to,
the R-rated stuff has got to be R-rated.
Yeah, man. Like Gemma makes love to both men and women. Like, that's got to be a line. Yeah. And Gemma's got to be like...
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck it, yo.
Yeah, and also, what's the fucking, like, because here's a funny little side note. I hadn't seen Ninja Scroll, and you bought it. You were like, "This is a fucking awesome anime. You got to watch this." He gives this movie to me, and at this point, I didn't know anything about Ninja Scroll. Hadn't heard anything about it. I just knew, this guy liked it, so I was like, "All right, let me check it out." I pop it in my DVD player, and I'm watching. I'm like, "All right, this is pretty cool." And the rock guy's there, whatever. And the line he says, and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
What he said,
like, "I'm not afraid. Don't think I'll hesitate to rape a dead girl." And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with Micah, yo?" I was like, "Nah, I don't know about this." And then, of course, it goes on, and I was like, "Yo, this movie's kind of dope." But I was like, "That line is unacceptable."
And that's at the beginning of the movie,
dude. That's like the fourth line in the movie. Like, they fight the dude on the bridge, and then they pivot to that scene with the rock guy, and it immediately goes in.
Yeah, all you young people who are into anime, go back and watch Ninja Scroll, man.
It's classic.
That was good, man.
You absolutely could do that.
You could do Cowboy Bebop. You could.
Yes,
totally
you could. They've been trying to get that
Bebop.
off the ground because Keanu Reeves was supposed to star.
Yeah,
that's
Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, which is a weird choice. But looking back now, seeing Keanu now, it's kind of like, maybe he could have done it. I don't know.
Yeah, he could. He's too old now.
He's too old now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. Cowboy Bebop was essentially Firefly.
Oh, yeah. It's just a space western.
It's a space western,
Yeah, you could do it. But Ninja Scroll, you could... Man. Look, you think in this climate, you don't think Afro Samurai would work?
Oh, of course it would.
Yeah. Shit, you could still get Sam Jackson to do the voice of, his little fucking crazy person that'd follow him around. Yeah, you could absolutely do it. So if anime is the next big mine for movies... Yeah, bring it on. That's fine. But you got to go all in. Yeah. The anime has the luxury of not being like comics where they were directed at kids for the most part. So you got to kind of keep them kind of light.
Right.
You can just do one-offs and just make it hard R for one and then PG-13 for another. It doesn't have to.
It can be all over the place. It's all varied. You say anime and people think tentacle porn.
You can do that.
There's more to it than that. You know what I mean? One of my favorite animes is Black Lagoon, and it's an action anime, and it's really good. It stars a badass Chinese woman, a black dude, a Jewish guy, and a Japanese guy.
Oh, United States of Benetton.
Yeah. and they're on a gunship, and they're just like pirates and bounty hunters and shit. It's really good. Yeah, man. They meet a bunch of wacky characters and shit. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with it. So I'd be interested to know people's thoughts on not just Attack on Titan, but anime as being the next big thing.
Yeah, what anime would you like to see adapted into a television series or movie? I think series is the way to go, but
for some of them,
yeah,
because Attack on Titan feels like it probably would work better as a series, but budgets,
yeah,
it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right, movie and TV news this week. Birds of Prey director Kathy Yan confirms an R rating for this movie.
Why, yo?
This is my only question. Right? So I'm fine with it, I suppose. I don't have any strong feelings about it being rated R. But my only question is, if you're trying to rebuild the universe and get it really on a level where, in popularity, I'm not talking about quality, but or style, but in popularity of the Marvel universe, you're really handicapping it by making your mainstream movies R.
Well,
because kids have to get into this shit.
I mean, I know why, and you know why. It's called Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's why.
And Logan, but mostly Deadpool.
Mostly Deadpool. Logan, I think, was rated R. Logan came out after the first Deadpool, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they made it rated R because Deadpool hit like gangbusters.
Yes.
So I guess they're like, oh well, this is what people want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose. Not necessarily.
Yeah. I don't really see the point. I think you can tell a story about the Birds of Prey characters in a PG-13, PG-16 world.
Yeah, the comics aren't rated R.
Right.
So what's the big rush to get them to be adult? Was
Suicide Squad rated R?
I don't think it was because they were fighting putties.
Yeah, right.
So, if it was rated R, I think they'd be fighting humans.
Right. So, but okay. So that brings up a point. You have a character, Harley Quinn, who is incredibly popular. You're going to keep ping-ponging her in and out of PG-13 R-rated movies? That seems like a really weird move. Because you're going to get parents pissed off when their kids want to see Harley Quinn, and then it's like, oh, this is an R-rated movie. I thought it was PG-13 and all this other stuff.
Yeah, is she going to be like wacky Harley in like Suicide Squad 2, but then bashing people's brains in the next one? Or is the rated R thing just for language?
Yeah, and if it's for language, that means the writing isn't good.
Yeah, because if you have to say fuck more than 2 times in a movie,
like you have to.
Yeah, like I don't know. But I'm still interested in this.
Oh yeah, but this is the one DC movie that I'm most interested in because I want to see what they mean by a girl gang movie. Like, are they really going to nail it?
Yeah. Jan said, I did my homework. I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was relatively painless and straightforward. I immediately loved the script, and it felt like something I could really do, and it felt very much like my own voice. I could not put the script down. It had so much dark humor. Maybe that's it. It had so much dark humor to it. It had so much dark humor to it, which a lot of my work does, and there are themes of female empowerment, which are so strong and relatable. I mean, there's more to female empowerment than just like acting like a dude.
I fundamentally hate that view of female empowerment.
Yeah,
you don't need to act like men.
It's just because men are stupid. Like, you don't want to be stupid, but like, there's no problem with a girl, with a woman being a badass and killing fools and all that. I'm there for it, but I don't know. Just don't make your characters act like men. Like,
yeah, because then what's the point?
Right. Like, what's the point? Like, you're taking what made those characters special, and you're just, I don't know.
You're just putting a mask on them.
Yeah. But maybe the dark humor will give it the rated R thing.
I guess. We'll see.
We shall see.
Next up, Ewan McGregor joins Birds of Prey as the villain, Black Mask. This has been rumored for a while. Looks like they got him, which is good. I like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a good actor. Okay. Black Mask is a Gotham City mob boss, and he leads the False Face Society gang. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So, yeah, okay. Like, he's supposed to kidnap one of the main characters in Birds of Prey, so he's the person they are going after. All right.
Yeah, like beat the shit out of that guy. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this.
I think it's probably their most interesting project because it's a girl gang movie. It's interesting characters. They're leaning heavy into the Batman universe. All right, now you got Ewan McGregor as the villain. I like that. Yeah, God bless. So we'll see. I don't have a beat on like this is going to be amazing or bad or anything just because we don't know enough. But yeah, I'm down for it. Next up. Falcon and the Winter Soldier are getting a limited series on the new Disney streaming service called Disney Play. According to Variety, Michael Spellman has been hired to pen the new limited series for Disney that'll focus on both of the Marvel heroes who we last saw in Infinity War. Obviously, those characters will be reprised by Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, respectively. So... yeah.
What implications does this have for Infinity War?
I don't think they're dead. How about that? They're
dead. Specifically, where do you think this leaves Captain America?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Is it kind of a battle for the shield? Because that would be kind of an interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
Not that they're fighting each other, but they're both doing heroic shit after the aftermath of Captain America. Maybe he dies, maybe he retires. Which, if you're going to let Cap go, I would say just retire him. That don't kill the character.
Please don't kill him.
Yeah. Well, don't kill him for many reasons, but you're gonna want that character back in the universe at some point. So killing him doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's just silly. So maybe that's them fighting for that. Like they're both doing heroics.
Yeah, they're fighting for the mantle. Basically.
They're fighting for the mantle. I could see that. That'd be cool. But I will say this: Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie have really good chemistry. Like those guys seem like they get along really well.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm totally down to see the two of them kind of tear it up on the series.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But again, it's a limited series. They're doing the fucking the British thing. They're giving you they're telling a story and they're getting in and getting out.
Yeah.
The talk is 6 to 8 episodes is what I've heard.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't need 13. I don't need 10. 10 at the absolute max. 6 to 8, get in, get out, and just be done with it.
Yep.
I mean, the talk is Scarlet Witch is getting a series. Here's my thing. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. But I'll tell you why I don't believe it. I think Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are getting a series, but they're not going to say it because that's when they'll bring them back in 4. That's my guess. That is my guess. You heard it here first. Because why the fuck would Scarlet Witch need her own series?
Yeah.
These two guys playing off each other makes sense, but Scarlet Witch by herself doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because she's not much of a character in these films.
She's not. I mean,
she bounces off of her brother in Age of Ultron, and she bounces off of Vision in the rest of them.
Right. She needs someone else. Right. She's just not a character that can hold a series. However, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, I'd watch the fuck out of that series.
Yeah.
That's a good one to give them their own thing. So you heard it here first. You haven't heard that anywhere else. That's why she's getting her own series. It's a lie. And it would be smart. Keep that shit right under wraps. Surprise, motherfucker! Quicksilver's back. Get rid of that other one. Shitty X-Men series. I don't know why this is happening. So they're remaking Flash Gordon. Okay. It will be directed by Overlord director Julius Avery. I know what you're thinking, Micah. What is Overlord? I've never heard of this.
No, I know exactly what Overlord is.
Let's pretend that you didn't.
Oh, okay.
What is Overlord? So Overlord is that movie that's coming out in like 8 days, which is the World War II movie, but it's like a horror movie. Like American troops go over to Germany or whatever, and they discover some sort of German experiment to make zombies, and then they have to fight the zombies. So it's like a kind of almost like a Wolfenstein game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. It looks fun. It's got Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'd actually probably see that.
It looks really bloody.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm here for. Any World War II movie has to have massive violence.
Yeah,
like you just kind of have. It's just such a brutal war. Like,
and I like the twist of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I generally stay away from history pictures.
Yeah,
period pieces.
And you're not a big zombie guy either.
I'm not a huge zombie guy, but this is something that you haven't seen on a movie screen. I've seen it countless times in video games.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm not rushing out to see Overlord. I'll wait for it to come on television.
I don't know that I can say that I don't want to rush out and see it. I kind of want to see it.
All right.
I kind of do. It'll all depend on what my schedule looks like. But yeah, I think I'd go to the theater to see it.
All right.
I'd go, that's a matinee. That's a matinee. But I kind of want to see it. Because I don't think we're going to get a screener for that, and I kind of want to support that. It looks fun. So yeah, they're remaking Flash Gordon. Do you care anything about Flash Gordon?
I've never seen anything related to Flash. The only thing Flash Gordon related I know is that Queen song.
Okay, that's fair.
That's it.
It's kind of better than the movie.
I just had to look up what Flash Gordon is.
So. All right, so Flash Gordon was created, I'm just reading the logline here. Flash Gordon was created in 1934 by iconic artist Alex Raymond, and the story follows Dale Arden and the mad scientist Hans Zarkov as they end up on a planet Mongo fighting a tyrannical ruler named Ming the Merciless.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna have Ming the Merciless on screen? You're gonna have this guy on screen.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you couldn't do the Mandarin. You gonna have this guy on screen?
I mean, it's a solid point. It's a solid point. Yeah, look, I think what was the movie? So they tried to make us care about Flash Gordon in that. What's the Mark Wahlberg movie with the bear? He's got the talking bear.
Ted.
They were trying to bring it back, like they were trying to bring back. There was something else, some other like 70s show that they brought, or 70s movie they brought back in another series. So they were trying to do this with Flash Gordon as well. So I guess it finally worked in 2018. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
You know, I have a collection of every Flash Gordon comic, the comic strips. Like I have all. It's a collected. It's 2 huge novels. They're really big. I got them when I was doing a review a number of years ago. I've never read one of them because I don't care about Flash Gordon at all.
I just
don't care.
I think Flash Gordon is it is a product of its time, right? Like it was
to say the
invented.
least.
It was invented way back then because it feels like a pulpy.
It was one of the first popular pulp comics.
Yeah, and it just doesn't translate, I don't think.
I think you could probably do it, but you're going to have to change a lot. Like a lot. It is not going to feel like the 1934's version at all. So good luck. Good luck. That I have a feeling that's going to bomb, but here's hoping it works out. Here's a weird story. Sigourney Weaver has already started shooting Avatar 4 and 5.
All right.
Where's 2 and 3?
Okay. All right.
These are going to start coming out 2020, I believe.
I think James Cameron is off it. Like he's off his rocker. Like he's.
You think these movies coming out? You think they're going to finish making these? You think Disney is going to allow it?
You know what? I think they will. I think James Cameron is the harmless, crazy relative that are just like that just gets on everybody's nerves, and the family's like, look. Let's just let him make his little movie. So shut up, and we can eat dinner, okay?
Yeah. Do you think James Cameron's, and not to be crass, do you think James Cameron's dick is still big enough to swing big hits in Hollywood in this era?
I don't know.
In the comic book era?
I don't know. And he seems like the type of guy that hates the.
No, he said he's not careful. He says he doesn't think the stories are interesting at all. Basically.
Yeah, because they're not stolen from Disney Pictures.
Oh. Fern Gully is popular.
I think he does have enough clout to get the third one done, but these things have to look. Hollywood is all about money. Like, all right,
they gotta hit like gangbusters, man.
Right. So you can get what 2 and 3. There was no Avatar 2, was it?
No.
Yeah, they keep talking about the stuff. I thought there was an Avatar 2.
No.
So
there's a Fern Gully 7, but not an Avatar 2.
I think he's got enough clout where he can get a second one, maybe a third one. But if these things aren't like gigantic moneymakers, then no. 4 and 5, you won't see Sigourney Weaver's footage. You just won't.
Yeah, I got a feeling like they have. Okay, Avatar 2. In order to get, you'll probably get the trilogy no matter what.
Yeah,
right. You'll get the trilogy. That's fine. I'm not one of those people who's like, fuck those movies. Look, I don't think the first one's that great of a movie, but visually it's super impressive.
I enjoyed it in the theater.
Right. So I'm interested to see what he's been working on all these years. That being said,
Unobtainium.
He didn't even try. What's it going to be called? I don't know. Unobtainium?
Nailed it. Unobtainable. Just call it unobtainium.
Yeah, the idiots will buy it.
Right.
We got a robot wielding a giant knife at the end. All right, cool. That's awesome.
Right. Can't get a hold of it, Like, that doesn't hit the ear right. Just call it unobtainium.
James Cameron, you're a genius. Check. We're done. So, I don't know. I don't have any feelings on this one real way or the other. I feel like it's a stretch to say you're getting 4 and 5, dude. After that Disney acquisition, I feel like it's a real stretch. Disney is not trying to waste $400 or $500 million on your bullshit.
Yeah.
So
we
shall see. Is this article old or new? Okay, this is a real article from today. I'm just going to throw this. I just saw this. Gladiator 2 is currently in development with Ridley Scott returning to direct.
Yeah, I saw stories of that today.
It's unclear at the time if Russell Crowe will return.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he died. Also, have you seen Russell Crowe? You remember what Russell Crowe looked like in Gladiator?
It looked like a gladiator. It looked like a fatty.
Yeah, like it looked like he ate a lot of food in between the first one and this one. Get out of here, dude. He ain't ready to come back as Maximus. Get out of here. I love that movie, man. Gladiator is a great film, but you don't need Gladiator 2. Don't do
Gladiator 2. Like
that movie came out fucking 1,000 years ago.
Like Gladiator 2 feels like, something that would come out in January. It feels like the Scorpion King 3.
Nah, dude, it's like a 5th one. It's on Netflix. It's like on Netflix, Sacred Books or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I kind of want to watch all of them.
I don't.
I'm not rewatching the one with The Rock. Like, nah. Yeah, you got me one time. I was a big Rock fan. This is gonna be his movie. Nah, dog, that shit wasn't good. And then they just kept making those movies, and they just started putting like Mexicans and Native Americans in it. They were like, "Fuck it, this is their series."
Oh, y'all Egypt now. Oh, y'all Egyptian now.
I was like, this is offensive. So yeah, Gladiator 2 is happening for some fucking reason.
All right.
You once said on a podcast, one of our other podcasts, that you cannot sanction white women shenanigans.
No, I cannot.
This title will test that theory. Lena Dunham tapped by Steven Spielberg and J.J. Abrams to adapt the Syrian refugee story. The Girls creator will adapt a nonfiction book called A Hope More Powerful Than the Sea by Melissa Fleming. Yeah, so you down to have her adapt a Syrian refugee story?
I believe someone in our fan group, it might have been Terrence, said, "I don't understand what any of those words mean."
It was him. Yeah, that's a wild choice.
Yeah, quite frankly, I don't know if she's mature enough to handle something like this. I
mean, race aside, the answer is no. The answer is undoubtedly no. Her characters are all shitty versions of herself.
Yeah, they're all neurotic Jews, which is fine, but they're all like neurotic Jewish millennials, which is not fine. That's
not for this project.
Not for this project. That's a bridge too far.
It's just going to be a Syrian refugee who makes it to New York and hangs out with 4 obnoxious Jewish girl millennials. Wow, I can't wait to see this.
Now, look, I'm talking all that bullshit. I did watch every single episode of Girls.
Yeah, you're a fucking psychopath.
Because, and I think that's what did it. I think that's what really.
That's what broke you on white women. Yeah, it did. Yeah, see, I got out before the hate seeped in.
Yeah, like I'm usually not a fan of hate watching. I don't really believe in hate watching. If you're watching something, it's because you want to watch it, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I've seen every episode, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
yeah, I know, dude. I think I made it through 2 seasons. What did it last? 5 seasons or something?
5 or 6, something like that. She had a black baby at the end.
Yeah, because people said there were no black people in the show, and all of a sudden she just started fucking a black dude.
So she had Donald Glover in for 1 episode, and then made that character an asshole. And it was like, all right, well, there you go. That's didn't
they like show her give birth or show her vagina at one point or some shit like that?
Oh, they always showed her vagina. She's always pissing. She's always
pissing. Look, I don't care for that.
Jesus Christ, man.
You don't have to show people actually urinating on a toilet to know that they're in the bathroom. You don't. Why did Hollywood say, hey, you want to see people pissing? No, I don't. I'm not into piss porn, and I don't watch my movies or television shows to see that shit either. It's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. Like, I just don't understand it. Look, one of my favorite performances by Michael Fassbender is in that movie Shane. Right? It's a great film. It's just fucking super real and just a devastating film. It opens with him pissing. I don't need that. He's a nymphomaniac. There's nothing about him urinating into a toilet that is any reference to that whatsoever. Why? Or just want to show like what his life is like. I'm good.
Everybody pisses, guys. Yeah. I just assume that he has to use the bathroom from time
I don't need to. Oh, like, we need to know. Like, no, we don't need to know. Stop. It's gross. So yeah. Okay. We'll see how this works out.
Syrian refugee story. I will be very, very interested to see what this develops into.
Now, okay. So here's the thing. People are mad about this, and that's fair. Right? But Melissa Fleming, the woman who wrote this, I think is she Syrian? Maybe she is. She's got a
Syrian look to
her. Yeah, real interesting. She doesn't look just white, so maybe she is. I was going to say, because Melissa Fleming is not a name that strikes me as a particularly Syrian name. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
she has a very ethnic look about her, so I don't know, but she also lives in Switzerland, so I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah, chief communication at refugees. So okay, I don't know, but so maybe that's the reason why they thought this was acceptable. So I'd have to look more into Susan or Melissa Fleming actually, but I don't really give a fuck enough. Last but certainly not least, rumor Hawkeye series or movie is in the works with possibly Kate Bishop starring.
All right, if it's Kate Bishop, fine.
You're not gonna give Hawkeye a chance.
No, I don't need to give Hawkeye a chance.
It's fucked up, man.
Hawkeye had his moment, and it was called Avengers: Age of Ultron. That was he was the MVP of that movie.
I think
in terms of story.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think they're going to give him a big run in the last movie.
I mean, he's obviously Ronin, right? He's going to be Ronin, and fine, but I don't need this.
Yeah,
like shake it up, and that's what Marvel's good at. They're good at shaking things up. Because most of their movies don't, while everybody complains that the movies all feel the same and look the same and, Well,
they have to kind of look the same. I mean, right, it's a universe.
Right. Like, they do have Captain America. The first Avenger is different from the Winter Soldier is different from Civil War. They just are.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 is kind of similar to Iron Man. Iron Man 2 is kind of similar to Iron Man 1, but Iron Man 3 is very different.
Yes.
The Thor movies are radically different.
Yeah, well, they were trying to find
whatever worked.
Yeah, and they finally found it.
Right. And then each series is different from one another. Well, except for when you get to like Thor. Thor kind of has like a Guardians feel to it. But
yeah.
So, yeah, but they're good at shaking things up.
Yeah.
And they're good at not letting characters get too stale.
Right. And Kate Bishop is, I think, a good choice to bring in if Renner is moving out of the role.
Yeah.
Or you can have both of them there or whatever. I don't know. I don't think you really need two archers. That seems wildly silly.
I mean, you don't really need one.
I mean, that's true. But if he's going to stick around as Ronin, then yeah. It'd be cool for her to take up the Hawkeye mantle. But this may be, if this is a series, this may be another limited series on Disney Play, which is, again, if they're basing this on the Matt Fraction story, that's a pretty good one, right? Where they're both in it and he's kind of like living his life and he's kind of training her as well. That could totally work.
Yeah.
And I would be down for that.
I'm down with that. You get another lady hero, which is what we need. We need more lady heroes. So
there you go.
I'm fine with that. When is Disney Play coming out? Does anybody know?
I think sometime in 2019. I think early
shit.
or summer 2019.
Excellent.
Yeah. So people, I'm not going to get it. Sure, you're not. Okay.
All right.
I think it's Kenneth in our fan group. Yeah, I don't believe you, Kenneth. Yeah, nice try. No, look. I admire your belief that you think you're not going to get it.
Well, now he's not going to get it out of spite.
Who's he, Terrence?
Right. He's going to be like Terrence, not get it out of spite, and then become a hypocrite and get it.
Well, I mean, in fairness to Terrence, when you have syphilis, it affects your brain. I'm just saying. We're physically going to have to fight him next week, I realize. No question of the week this week, just because we had just a bunch going on. So we're going to jump right into What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD. But before that, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/premium. Sign up for premium content. You get a ton of premium content, a lot of evergreen stuff that's already there. You get our political show, Look Forward, which you can get the first hour for free on any of your podcatchers that you listen to podcasts on, but you get the full show if you sign up. You also get the Airing of Grievances, which is our Seinfeld podcast that Micah and I do, where you get super personal and talk about our lives via Seinfeld episodes. It's quite funny and disturbing because we're a little crazy. You also get The Men with the Golden Tongues, which has a new episode coming this weekend.
Yeah, Brad and I did our rankings for James Bond gadgets. We did a bottom 5 and a top 10. And yeah, it was fun. It was very fun. Yeah, it was very fun. And we also have a new Airing of Grievances.
Yeah, that'll come out this week as well.
Yeah.
So by the time you listen to this, there will be a new Airing of Grievances.
Come for Look Forward and stay for the other shows, because Look Forward is firing on all cylinders.
Thank you.
I believe with election season here, you will be getting a lot more Look Forward than you normally would be. So now is
3 episodes next week.
So now is a perfect opportunity to catch up on all things politics. And look, I'm not I pay attention to politics. I pay attention enough to know what's going on, but I don't follow it like a sport like Jay and Andy do.
Yeah. Sad sport that affects us all and we're all going to die.
Yeah. But I enjoy listening to that show because I enjoy listening to people, and this goes for any podcast, right? I enjoy listening to people talk about things that they like talking about.
Yeah.
And they make it interesting and vulgar and fun.
Yeah. If you like the vulgar like style of this show or our other shows, it's that, but about politics.
Right, but about politics.
I mean, as Andy and I described it last week on the show, it's like you've already heard the news. We're just recapping the news. This is just 2 assholes recapping the news.
Right.
And look, once you get past the hour mark into the premium, we cut loose.
Yeah, man.
We say a lot of shit that would ruin a political career if we ever thought we were going to have one. So, it's like, I don't look. You should run for political office. Oh no, I should not.
No, you can't.
No, dude, they'd be like, and listen to the show. I rest my case
like
during a debate.
150 hours worth of, more like 300 hours.
Yeah, 300 hours of fucking like material to destroy me. You said you'd be okay if that politician died. When I said it, I was kidding. Sort of. Right. So I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it wouldn't work out for me. Which is sad, I guess. All right, let's move right into What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD. Micah, take it away.
An unnamed woman from Changsha in China's Hunan province reportedly took a week off of work. Huh?
That's the best province.
The Hunan province?
Yeah, that's the OG province.
Reportedly took a week off work and spent all that time playing games on her smartphone.
What?
But she found herself unable to use the fingers on her right hand after spending the entire week-long vacation playing those games.
What is going on?
She looked like Scarlet Witch trying to conjure some shit up.
Or Spider-Man. She's like,
yeah, but just kind of like not like, how does it work, Spider-Man? According to a video documenting her bizarre case, the only time she put the phone down was when she slept, which means she took it in the bathroom and shat while playing on her phone. So all the fecal matter is on your phone, and don't play with your phone and stuff.
You don't take the phone in the bathroom?
In my pocket.
You don't use your phone in the bathroom?
No, when I'm in the bathroom, I'm putting in work.
Jesus Christ. You never use your phone in the bathroom, like at work?
Very rarely. Oh, not at work. What the fuck? Definitely not at work. If I do use my phone in the bathroom to like look at Facebook or whatever, it's within my domicile, my kingdom, which is the bathroom, right?
Like, I have never heard someone. You really don't use the phone in the bathroom?
Not a public bathroom, no. Not a public bathroom. No, fuck no. Yo, dudes stink. And when dudes take shits, like there's just it's just and then the shit just
it's pretty gross.
Yo, it's gross, yo. Yeah, it's gross.
You know, I don't take a shit at work except for in the bathroom that only has one stall.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes to use the urinal, I just wait. I just sit there and I wait quietly. If I could raise my feet up above, I would. Except they might think I'm not in there.
Yeah, because people just kind of sit in there, man. Like because they're
on their phones.
Yeah.
If they had a plug, I'd be in there all day.
And they don't courtesy flush. They just sit there with a log hanging in the bottom of a bowl. Like,
see, I don't understand that.
I don't understand that shit either.
That's not a courtesy flush. No, it's just a flush. You're supposed to flush the toilet. Who are these people who don't flush a fucking toilet?
Like, they just sit there and
it's weird,
they
man.
take a dump while they're on their Facebook or whatever, and they just sit there with the shit still in there.
And then they just get up. Just walk back to your desk.
Nah.
I don't understand not flushing the toilet. I also don't understand not using your phone. I definitely do that.
At my job, we have sensors. We don't have manual flushers. Well, we do have manual flushers, but they're buttons, but they're censored, right?
Yeah.
Because they know that stank ass dudes just take a shit and walk their ass right back out the stall.
I just don't understand that.
That's gross.
Like, I've walked into a stall where someone hasn't flushed, but then there's no toilet paper either. I'm like, so you just didn't? You just stood up and walked the fuck out? Like a clean break and just walked out? I don't understand that.
So no, and then all that shit, all that fecal matter and shit is in the air, and I don't want that shit on my phone, man. So
I have a case.
Nah, yo, nah. I gotta put that shit on my.
I just speakerphone, dog. Like, don't get crazy.
Because then it's
that's funny. I've never heard someone say they don't use their phone in the bathroom.
Not a public bathroom. I'll use it.
But at home, you generally don't.
I try not to, but if I do, it will be at home.
Look, I mean, shout out to our Facebook fan group. You know how many responses I send you people while I'm shitting on the toilet? Yeah. God. Numerous.
Jesus Christ.
Probably. Look, if I really don't care for what you have to say, I'm definitely. I might go into the bathroom on purpose. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. No, that's really weird. No, you're fucking strange.
Nah, yo.
But this woman was using it to the point where it just made a claw.
After a few days, she started experiencing severe pain in her right hand. But she kept playing until her fingers became stuck in the smartphone holding position. And
also, who holds a? Does she hold a cell? Does she hold a cell phone like this?
Who holds the cell phone like this? It's literally like this. Who the fuck holds their phone like this? All right. She kept playing until her fingers became stuck in the holding position and found herself unable to flex them at all. It was only after the fingers on her right hand became completely paralyzed that the woman sought medical attention at a local hospital.
What was the game?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what I want. Was it Flappy Bird? Like, what were you playing, dude? Have you ever played a game? Like, I've never played a mobile game that much. I mean, obviously not to this level, but I really gotta play this game all the time.
No, not really. There's the one game I play is Marvel Strike Force, and I play it like for 15 minutes a day because you log in every day and they give you something, right?
Right.
But that's about it. And then I'm done. And I play that on the train because I ain't got nothing to do, and I had an hour commute.
Yeah.
So
it seems wild to imagine playing any phone game that much. I bet it was Probably Cartoon Blast.
Yeah, something terrible.
Yeah. My story, more shenanigans from those folks. Woman, white, 23, removes her belly button and gives it to her boyfriend as a present. Why? And you know what the fucked up thing is? I'm not really into the body modification scene. Like, I don't like it. I don't like the big ear things or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what's really screwed up is, like, she's actually a pretty girl. And now you just got giant holes in your face.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got a septum piercing, which, all right, if you want to walk around looking like a bull, that's fine.
I don't like that. I feel like I just want to
yank it out of your face. Yeah.
No.
You got a bottom lip piercing, which, okay, but you got a top lip piercing. And then you got, like, stretched out earlobes and
this just makes me very uncomfortable. I look, I'm old. Look, granted, I know. You don't get it. You're right. I'm 38, my nigga. Like, I have an earring. That's enough. It's enough.
Yeah,
it's enough.
And then we have a picture of her minus her navel, and conveniently the tattoo "My Body, My Choices."
No shit.
Yeah, which means somebody is lashing out at her parents.
No, because tell me what to do, Dad. I'm gonna put all this dumb shit on.
Okay, like, all right, look, I'm usually not a big tattoo person either, but if your tattoos look cool, then fine.
Her tattoos don't look cool.
Like a sleeve tattoo is badass, right? But not this sleeve tattoo, which is just a black ink.
Yeah, nah, dog. That's gotta hurt like shit. That's gotta hurt like hell.
Like somebody took a Sharpie and just drew all over her arm.
Yeah, no.
All right, yo.
No.
All right.
Maybe she had really shitty tattoos there, and there she was like, just cover these joints up.
Yeah, just cover the whole sleeve.
Yeah, just like, fuck it. Get rid of it. Like, I've got 2 large bars on my arm, and they
represent your time in jail behind bars.
Yeah,
right?
Obviously. It's the number 11. I did 11 years in San Quentin, guys. A lot of people don't know that. But like doing like heavy, bold stuff like that really doesn't feel that great. And they have to do, and look, I'm not a tattoo expert, but like when they did mine, like you do it. It's not, there's no like big thick needle like a bigger Sharpie where they're just like done. No, they just have to go over it a number of times. What the fuck? Are you crazy? I remember the guy in Rage Against the Machine had that. And he just had like half his arm was all like from his shoulder down to his like elbow was all black. I'm like, oh my God, fuck that.
Nah, yo. Like, I don't get the artistic, like what what is it saying? Like
yeah, at least the other ones have some sort of point.
Yeah.
And then she's got jewels like right under her boobs. I suppose those are the ones that go in the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. She's got a half moon under the place where her navel used to be. She's got a couple of flowers and a tooth, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I get it. Tattoos mean different things to different people, right?
Yeah,
and I can appreciate a good like tattoo. The problem is most people don't have good tattoos.
Yeah.
They have pieces of shit.
Yeah, I take my time in what I want. But yeah, so you accepted a navel from your girl?
No. So
as an ultimate token of love?
What is this? Like, I don't even understand what this is. Like,
she said, quote, I was very much in love with my then boyfriend. Oh, shocker. Did you break up? Of course you did.
Yeah, because you cut off a piece of your flesh and you gave it to him.
He was probably like, oh, thanks. I have to go. I was into the body modification thing until you cut off parts of you and threw it in the mail. She said he supported me through many difficult times, except for the part where he had to leave. And he was one of the most influential people in my life. Oh, well, this nigga's crazy. It was something I did in the spur of the moment. We were young and stupid. That is important. But that's the way I felt. I put it in a small bag along with a note saying, I love you. It was very emotional. He has kept it and he will keep it forever because he knows the meaning behind it. We're good friends now, but we will always love each other. Let me ask you a question. Sure, real question. Here's a sample of the kind of conversations we have on airing of grievances. Let's say your lovely wife, who I know, who is a very smart person, would never do this. But let's say that she went through a phase where she was retarded, and she decided to do this. I'm sorry, I think that word is justified here. And she decided to do this, and she gave it away. Or, better yet, you're dating a girl, and she does this. Not your wife. You're dating a girl. She does it. She gives you a navel, or her navel. You have this in a baggie somewhere, like a Ziploc bag. You just keep, just on your desk, right? As like a trophy, right? Nailed to a pinboard or something. You meet your wife, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" And you're like, "Oh, it's my ex's navel. It means a lot to her, and I'm just gonna hold on to it." How many seconds longer does your relationship last when you tell her that you have another woman's navel in the house?
I think this is when we find out that time travel is real, because she would reverse time to have never met me.
Yeah. That is a proper answer.
Because that's just fucking weird, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. You can call me a prude or whatever. I'm 38 going on 68. I don't give a fuck. This shit is fucking gross. And I don't understand it. And because I don't understand it, I don't like it. That's right. I'm pulling the old white man card.
Yeah. Look, I don't like what you're throwing at me. And because I don't understand, I'm going to take it as disrespect. like, no, dude, it's weird, man. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, look, she even said we were young and stupid. You think?
Right. You're still young and stupid. You're 23.
Yeah. Your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25.
Right. They won't even let you get car insurance by yourself until you're 25.
Yeah. Don't make any decisions about cutting off any parts of your body until you no longer think through your amygdala. Okay? Seriously. Like, you're still in the fight or flight part of your brain. Get out of here. She was like, I don't know. Cut it off. Now, fuck that. You crazy? Get out of here. By the way, here's a side note about body modification and like craziness, right? Uh-huh. I've only watched the first episode. I think this is the next series I'm going to get into, a Better Call Saul. But there's a guy on there. It's very good, right? Yeah. There's a guy on there with one arm in like a later season or something. He's got like a prosthetic.
Yes, I think so.
Right, and he apparently had said, like the actor had said, he'd lost his arm in the military, right? In war or something.
Oh, I heard about this story.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
But apparently he didn't lose his arm in the military. He cut it off in a psychotic rage one day.
Yes.
Ah, blink. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. This is what you're going to do if you're willing to cut your own belly button off. Get out of here. Don't cut parts of your body off.
Yeah, I heard about that story this morning. And,
that's a wild story.
Yeah, man. That guy's just a fucking liar. That's all he was. Like, he was just a fucking liar.
That guy should play Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead. That guy had the balls to do it for real. Not like the fucking AMC who didn't do it at all. Yeah, the real Rick Grimes. I like it. That's a wild story. That made me really want to watch You Better Call Saul. I'm like, what is this actor's fucking MO? This guy has got some drama that he can bring to the screen.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a psychotic episode where you wanted to cut your arm off?
No. As much as we like to pretend that I would like, I'd be like, I'm just gonna go settle down. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over here.
Just sit down.
If I'm really stressed, maybe I'll go masturbate and chill out. I don't know. Fuck all that.
Yeah, I'm not cutting my arm off, dude. Yeah. It's just like, Jesus. Did you use a machete? Like, what did he do?
Yeah, what did he do?
Like 147 hours at fucking pocket knife? That's insane. Yeah, you had to have like a machete. It's like something, you got to hit that one time.
It's got to be a clean break, and then you got to cauterize it and all that, man. Like,
yeah, because you're just bled the fuck out.
You're going to bleed out, man. That's how Jax killed people in Mortal Kombat 2. He ripped their arms off, and they bled out.
That's true.
Yeah,
that dude's a psych. No, now you say that about the cauterizing the wound. That dude's a psychopath.
Yeah, man.
No, don't put that guy on set, dude. No, I don't trust that. I don't trust it. I might not even watch Better Call Saul now because that is fucking terrifying.
I'll have to rewatch, see if I can find out who that is, because I don't remember him in any of the seasons I've seen, but I haven't seen all of this season yet.
Yeah, well, he shows up, one arm missing, like a crazy man.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's it for us. That's it for this week's episode. Terrence will be back next week, obviously. But if you are a premium member or you are thinking about premium membership, definitely check out Look Forward. We are doing a pre-election show that will come out on Monday of next week. Then we will do a live show, which will be free the whole time. Be a live show on YouTube. Not on this channel, but on the Look Forward channel. I'll post information about that through all of our channels. But there will be a live show during the election, starting probably about 8 p.m., going until maybe 11:30 or midnight, where we will do coverage of it. So me, Brad, and Tiara will be here live, giving our thoughts and drinking at the same time. So it'll be fun. So you can either watch me, a man, celebrate, or watch a man go into a psychotic episode where I may or may not cut off my own arm. Stay tuned. And then the following day, we will do a recap, Andy and I, of the election as well. So 3 big shows for Look Forward this week. Lot going on in the network. So look forward to all of that stuff, and we will see you guys next time.
Go vote.
Yes, please. Whatever you vote, I don't care.
Yeah,
but go vote. Like, that's important. Give a shit about the country that you live in. And if you are an illegal immigrant and you want to vote twice. I'm kidding. Just calm down. No, just vote once. You don't need to vote twice. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye. You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.